It's about to flip over to 9 o'clock. Welcome on this cold morning. Thank you, Lord, that the wind quit blowing, but it was definitely cold again this morning. Hopefully folks have stayed safe on the road and not everybody dealing with busted pipes and cows with their heads stuck in fences. We do have a full Commissioners Court today, the 27th of January. Like I said, it's 9 o'clock, and we are here for our regularly scheduled Commissioners Court meeting. So we have a quorum present. Let's stand for our prayer and our pledge. My Bible verse reading this morning I thought was applicable to today and every day in our life, Lord. It's out of Psalm 143:10. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. Gracious and loving Father, we come before you with hearts full of gratitude. Thank you for the gift of family and the love that binds us together. Help us to surrender our plans and our place to you in the driver's seat of our lives. Help us to be obedient to your calling, even when the path is unclear. Remind us that your timing is perfect, even when we feel restless or uncertain. Place us exactly where we need to be and help us to wait with faith and expectancy for the doors of your will to open in your time. May our lives be a testimony to your love and your faithfulness. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Ms. Jamie, do we have any citizens signed up to speak this morning?
Yes, several. First one is going to be Roy Dobson.
Roy Dobson. Mr. Dobson, come on up.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd just like to say a few words about the potential EMS facility for Runge. Just that we do have a school there full of kids. There's a second school that's starting next school year, a private school that's going to be housed in the Baptist church. Rose Funky's leading the charge on that. I believe we've got more residents in a concentrated area than what's in Gillette. There's a lot of older folks and younger folks in Runge that are highly reliant upon community services, where I think most of them out in the Gillette area are pretty self-sufficient. Based on the number of times I hear the sirens going by my house, it seems like there's a pretty good need for an EMS station in Runge. It seems like that siren's going by there on a daily basis. And there's a number of facilities there or associations there in Runge that are doing their darndest to try and get Runge back to closer to its heydays where it's a desirable place to live. And I think that the EMS station would help bring some of those new people in and get the population back. And when that happens, everything gets better. So thanks for your time.
You bet. Thank you. Okay, who's next?
Ellie Robert Cooper.
All right, Ms. Kelly.
Good morning, sir.
Good
From
morning.
the Panhandle of Gillette. Good morning. I'm here in regards to item number 17 on the agenda. Although it's listed from the county attorney, I brought that to the county attorney's office via my Commissioner Rosales. It's in regards to some property that was, the initial partition deed was in 1960. I've since procured the majority, I'm the majority owner of the property. And there's a county road to the south, Mr. Rosales, as you well know, the former road, Falls City to then Riddleville, which is our history, which is now known as Gillette. So that road, you had me determine the ownership. The state has said via Mr. Kevin and his engineer that the road does not belong to the state. Their right-of-way documentation that I provided shows that it does not belong to them. So under advisement of my partition attorney, it comes back to that the county possibly owns this road. Well, the road has not been used. No other deeds reflect this road except my deed of the property that I own. So I believe, based on my research, that the right-of-way was taken out of the original 1916 ownership, and I would like to claim that land, and I've requested to be deeded that because I'm trying to get all the documentation and legal work paperwork correct. I've appeared before you because of issues of paperwork and things in that area. So this is the only recourse that I have now that I've determined that, according to the state, they don't own it. So what other entity? There was never a City of Gillette leadership. So there I come to you and appear before you and respectfully request that you grant me the deed of this, I think it's 35 by 1,700 foot tract that was discovered. And for the record, no other property owners are involved in this because the property owner to the south, as you saw, Mr. Rosales, his meets and bounds are to the south of this county road. So no one else will be affected. I'm just requesting to help me close legal matters, and that's my request.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have documentation if you need it, but the county attorney and Mr. Rosales has it all.
That's fine.
Okay. Ms. Jamie?
Vice Work or
Good morning.
Morning.
I just want to give a shout out to the IT department, particularly Patrick Ruiz. Last payroll, the county had no internet. He came to our rescue that Wednesday and helped us get the file uploaded to the bank so we could get people paid. Auditor's office even tried to help with their hotspot and we couldn't hook up. So Patrick, Denise, and I got in my car to drive to the auditor's office, and on the way he yelled, "Stop, we have service." So we pulled into a parking lot and got it done. We looked like storm chasers. We all had a good laugh after it was over, but we were glad everyone got paid. Moral of the story, teamwork makes the dream work. It's amazing what you can accomplish working together instead of against each other.
Amen. Amen. All right, any others?
yes, the last one is Tommy Shaw.
All right, Mr. Shakami.
Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. Come up here to tell y'all that Sheriff's Office has been doing an outstanding job along with the local law enforcement. And this comes from me as my bus driving duties that I do. The Sheriff's Office comes out there and especially in inclement weather, the fog and all that, they've helped a lot with slowing the traffic down. And the local city police get us out of the bus stop over there. And I appreciate that. Other thing is the first responders, I see them quite a bit, especially lately with this bad weather. I appreciate them being out there. They're doing a dang good job. Just as you've seen to it that they've gotten what they need for that training facility, I'm hoping y'all see to it that this sheriff's office more or less gets carte blanche for what they need. We've seen what happens when we cut back or we try to go the low bid way because it's the cheaper way. Cheaper way is not always the best way. Other than that, I hope you all have a good day.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Any others this morning, Jamie? All right, we're gonna move to item number 6. Phil made it on time, so we're gonna discuss, approve, disapprove the presentation and approval of the fiscal year 25 annual audit by Armstrong, Vaughn and Associates, PC. Good morning.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
Yes, sir.
So I'm here to give you another audited annual report, which you have in front of you. I'm going to go real briefly on the highlights, but there is a one-page that's tucked in there if you want to follow along. So our job is to make sure this is accurate. You know, we've tested these numbers. We agree that it's accurate, and we've given you a clean opinion. So anybody else who gets the report knows that we've looked at it and certified it. While we're doing that, if we come across anything that the county's not doing right or should be doing better, we'll bring that to your attention. We didn't have any findings about controls per se. There was just one compliance issue that we had to report to you. So whenever you have federal awards over a certain amount, we have to test those federal awards. And the one for last year was ARPA, and there was a mistake on the report that was submitted to them. You have to do one mid-year. And there was the concept of the obligation versus the expenditure was confused. So you guys did obligate all the money last December, but you hadn't quite spent it all yet, but it was accidentally reported as all obligated and all spent. And the reason that's important is because the Treasury wants to monitor that, and they've expressed some interest in trying to claw back funds from people that aren't doing it right. So they want to have that information be accurate so they can make their determinations. And so there's just a finding in there about that one report. They don't make it easy to fix. That's one of the challenging things is they won't let you go in there and just make the corrections. So it's a little bit of an annoying part of it. But aside from that, we had nothing else to report to Commissioners Court about this audit. Everything else went smoothly. On that one-page highlights, there's some numbers for you there that I would be remiss if I didn't at least throw you some numbers. And on the top there, you'll see that your general fund, your revenues and your expenditures beat your budget, and you were able to add 9.4 million to your reserves in the general fund. So that first green line shows that you're ending at just shy of 72 million in the general fund, which is a little over 4 years, about the same amount that you had the year before. Now, I know this, in the new year, you had taken a good chunk of that and set it aside for some capital projects, which I think is a great decision. That was about 29.5 million, according to your budget. So even after pulling that out, you'll still have about 31 months in your general fund reserves, which is a lot. On the road and bridge side, you did hold back a little bit on the property tax allocation, so the revenue was down a little bit, but they did a lot of projects this last year, so they've been drawing down on their reserves, but they still ended with over 10 million at the end of last year, which is more than a year of their operating costs. Not all their projects, but keeping the lights on and keeping people paid. Those are my highlights. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners, question?
None for me.
None for me. No, my only concerns were with your findings, and you've clarified that, so thank you.
All right. Easy money.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move that we approve the presentation and approval of.
Can you turn your microphone on so folks can hear you?
I move that we approve the presentation and approval of the fiscal year 25 annual audit by Armstrong, Vaughn and Associates.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? None. Motion carries. Thank you, Phil, again. Item number 7, discuss, approve, disapprove the request to have elections clerk Rosalinda Gonzalez usage of her birthday day in June of 2026 instead of May of 2026. Beth?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Court.
Morning.
Hope you're all surviving this cold. Need some extra heaters. So I have sent out an email because I was looking at our calendar and I requested and I saw that my gal's birthday's in May and we are double booked in May, triple booked even, with our duties. And I went to her and I said, look, I can go to the court or request that your birthday be done in May or in June instead of May if you so wish, because it's going to be hard for me to be able to give you that day off. We have 2 elections that month. We have early voting. We have post-election hand count audits, setting up polling locations, getting the supplies ready, turning over equipment, programming, all of that, all in the month of May, plus a holiday. So, I do not see it. I did make a calendar if you guys wanted to see what our days are for that month and our activities for her. And just to let you know, she is a part-time gal as well. So the hours she works is 20 hours a week. So, any questions on that request?
Beth,
Go ahead.
well, Beth, I just thank you for clarifying why. I mean, I understand now. You do have a lot going on in May, so I agree. If it's makes the elections office run smoother by moving it to June, I'm okay with it as well. Sounded like Commissioner Rosales wanted to make a motion.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the request to have elections clerk Rosalinda Gonzalez usage of her birthday in June 2026 instead of May 2026.
A second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to it? None. Motion carries. Thank you, Beth. Item number 8, discuss / take possible action on Karnes County's management of private road signs. Commissioner Beatrick brought this to my attention a week or 2 ago, and I want to place it on the agenda. So, Commish, the floor is yours.
So, Court, this was brought to my attention because we had a resident reach out to me with the private road sign on their private road that they live on was in really bad shape. It's very faded and hard to see. I approached both Road and Bridge and Special Projects to see, is there a reason why we're not doing it? And it seems like it's not ever been in our policy to be replacing the private road signs. Everyone seems to agree that it's in the best interest of our community, for their health and safety, and for the Sheriff's Office and EMS to find those roads quickly and easily. But our road and bridge engineer reached out to me saying that he would like a little more time to develop a policy to present to us, and he is not here today to answer those questions. So I would ask that we table this until next court, please.
That's fine with me. It's my understanding that we used to do them.
That's what I've heard,
we
and
did.
it sounded something to the
We did.
effect, I'm sorry.
We did, Commissioner, we used to do them whenever we needed them. It was just a request brought to the Road and Bridge, and they would take a few days and we'll take care of it.
So
I'm curious how, I mean, there can't be more than 50, 60 private road
Not
signs.
sure.
there are 169 private roads in Karnes County.
170, wow, that's way more than I thought. Okay, we'll table this, Commission. We will put this back on the shelf for our first meeting in February.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Item number 9 this morning is to discuss, approve, disapprove request by Karnes County Tax Assessor to approve part-time position to a permanent full-time position when next payroll period starts. HR assisted / reviewed numbers and budget can accommodate for this request. Tammy?
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's staying nice and warm. My office has been super busy this year. My seasonal employee that I was approved, she worked for 3 days and then she quit. We are extremely busy. I looked at numbers with P&A, and our total items that have increased from last year, it comes to 5,861 accounts. Those are additional accounts. Plus, we have a lot of foot traffic. We have a lot of, with DMV, a lot of people coming in to get their registrations, to ask questions, to do title transfers, and I need some help in my office. Elaine helped me going over all of these numbers. There's 16 pay periods remaining. If we move her over and I move my money around from that seasonal, that's what's left, since she did not work the entire time, there will be enough money in my budget to cover this. And I know it's getting close to the end of tax season, but then we got to start working on the delinquents. We've got boxes of returned mail we've got to find addresses for. We need to send those statements out. I just received over the weekend, P&A did a mineral load. I've got 2,000 pages of mineral statements I've got to mail out. So we have a lot to do in our office, and I need some more help.
Commissioner Court, I don't have a problem helping her with this item because I talk with her weekly and I know how hard she works out there. She's out there herself on holidays, weekends, so 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, so I know she does need help. Jennifer, is that making it from a part-timer to a full-timer? Are we good?
Yes.
Good, okay.
I also spoke to Tammy yesterday, and there's some other things that she needs help with, and that's like the old records that need to be gone through and disposed of.
And if I have more help, then hopefully we'll be able to get through those old records and we can get them destroyed. And we just haven't had time to get to them because we have not had enough help.
Make the motion to approve item number 9 as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. I don't like doing, I realize that the need for this, but out of cycle, adding full-time employees, we don't do it for everybody. But I know that you need the help, and so the court is going to support you on that.
Okay.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Court.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No. We gotta do it all for everybody. Item number 10, acknowledge 2024-2025 statistics for the Karnes County Sheriff's Office and Jail. Sheriff?
Good morning, Court. I just wanted to make the public aware of a few stats for 2025 compared to 2024. This past 2 years, the total number of calls dispatched were as followed. 2024, a total of 16,515 calls for service were dispatched. In 2025, a total of 22,220 calls for service were dispatched, a 34.5% increase from 2024. Total arrests for 2024/2025 with all agencies in our county reporting in were as followed. 2024, we had a total of 708 arrests. In 2025, we had a total of 804 total arrests, an increase of approximately 12.70%. This next category I am proud of because I promised to make this one of my priorities along with combating our drug problems, and this is theft and burglaries. In 2024, we had 155 total theft and burglaries. In 2025, we had a total of 104 total theft and burglaries. This is a total decrease in my first year of office of 39.38%, close to 40% decrease. Warrants served, 2024, there were 97 total warrants served for that year. In 2025, we served 192 total warrants. That is a 65.74% increase in warrant services. Traffic stops, in 2024, there were 1,012 traffic stops made by the deputies. In 2025, we made 5,733 traffic stops. This is a 140% increase in traffic enforcement. This kind of proactive patrol sends a message to would-be criminals that we are actively looking for them. And they are running a high risk of being caught if they choose to try to commit crimes in our county. The last thing that I did note, in crashes, we had a 3.5% decrease in the number of traffic crashes in the county. And I just wanted to make the public aware of what we've been doing for them. Here we go. Also, total arrests made by the deputies in 2024. There was 311 arrests were made by deputies. In 2025, we arrested a total of 371 suspects. It's a 17.6% increase, and that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Sheriff. Any discussion from the court?
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Hearing none, we'll move to item number 11, acknowledge donations for adopted teacher, county Christmas party, holiday goodies from businesses, donations of lunch provided for the annual DA Law Enforcement Luncheon, Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Sheriff Steve Bailey and Ms. Miranda Gonzalez.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we provided y'all the full list of businesses and names of who donated and what they donated, but I'm just going to go ahead and announce the business names to move through it. For the Thanksgiving Day meals provided by Melanie Johnson and Joey Braun. For our adopted teacher gift donations, we had Lulu Designs Co. here in Karnes County, Lori Carruthers, and Megan Dennison, the owner of the Nailery. For our county Christmas party donations for our door prizes, we had City-Based Cinema in San Antonio, Megan Dennison, the owner of the Nailery, Southern Soul Designs in Poth, Starbucks Floresville, Sisters Boutique in Floresville, Double Trouble Boutique, and Chipotle out of San Antonio. We had holiday donations directly to the Sheriff's Office from Devon Energy, Samantha with Kennedy Truck and Trailer, HEB in Kennedy, and Rose Rockowitz with Old 181 Record Service. We had an annual DA Law Enforcement Luncheon, and lunch was provided by Domino's in Kennedy, Pizza Hut in Kennedy, KC Food Mart, Church's Chicken in Kennedy, Pollock Sausage Farm in Kennedy, and the Flower Shop. And for our Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, we had Camino Real, the Student Council of Karnes City High School, and Mandy Serralo with Emergency Care of Floresville donate.
Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Sheriff. I think y'all got one more next, and that's to discuss, approve, disapprove the 2026-2027 grant resolution for the criminal justice grant through the Karnes County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff?
Yeah, the chief deputy was working on that, so he's going to present.
Chief?
Good morning, Commissioners and Judge. All right, so this is just a grant resolution we have to put in for the JAG grant. Going to be putting in for some more radios for our dispatch, command trailer, and backup systems that we're going to be moving over to the EOC. This will allow us a dual band radio. I think we learned with the phone outage and cell phone outage that we definitely need this. We were running dispatch through our one of our patrol vehicles that has a dual band radio, thanks to EMS getting them. So something we need.
Absolutely. Obviously,
Sheriff and Chief and Casey and Justin and I, among others, are scrambling, so anything that we can get to help, I agree.
How much is the grant for?
Total cost I haven't got for, but up to $85,000.
Is that a matching or is that,
No matching.
good job?
Make the motion to approve item number 12 as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion in 2 seconds. I don't know who was first. Jamie, you can pick. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? None. Motion carries. Item number 13, discuss, approve, disapprove jail construction committee's recommendation for jail expansion architect. All right. Sheriff.
Okay, Court, so the Jail Construction Committee consisted of myself, Judge Headkey, Commissioner Rosales, Casey Ebram with EMS, Auditor Tom Dupnick, and Civilian Pat Juke, who's an engineer. We scored 4 of different architectures, and the one that scored the highest was Burns Architecture LLC. I would like to recommend going with this firm.
Are we not going to look at both of them?
Oh,
again?
I'm sorry, yes. I'm sorry. You're correct, Judge. The two, well, we did come up with, Casey did come up with a good idea of the 2 highest scoring ones. I apologize, you're correct. Which was Barnes Architect, and then the next one coming up would be DRG Architects, to actually have them come in for another sit-down interview and go from there and pick on which
Was it Burns and DRG, or was it Burns and the other one?
48. So Burns Architecture is scored a 484, and then we have DRG at 448. The other ones were 441, 445.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I think that that's a good idea. Interview both of them and the
Yes, sir.
pros and cons. So we won't choose one today,
correct, yes, sir.
but we will put this back on after we have a meeting with both of them.
Yes, we'll all get together, and then we can all ask questions and have a quasi-interview with them, yes, sir.
Agreed. Thanks, Sheriff. Item number 14, discuss, approve, disapprove payment to the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts for overpayment of sales taxes paid to Karnes County in the amount of $296,749.96. With a one-time payment by ACH, county will receive a 2% discount for one-time payment for a total payment of $290,814.96. Bye.
Here we are again. Just to clarify, the county has no say-so on how much we collect for sales tax. It is done by the comptroller's office. Each business reports their sales tax to the comptrollers, and then they send us the check. Somewhere down the line, somebody made a mistake somewhere, realized they shouldn't have been collecting sales tax. This is like the 3rd or 4th time this has happened, so we can do an open records request and ask who the vendor was that overpaid the tax. That's something the judge's office would have to do. I say we pay it, and if you want to argue with it, but they usually win.
Not the first time we've had to do
No,
this.
but it's not millions like it has in the
Yep.
past, which that was oil field companies we were dealing with on that one.
Judge, may I?
Sure.
It just bothers me a little bit that it's somebody is out there collecting local sales tax. I don't know who it is right now, but if they're collecting local sales tax from residents, and they don't need to be, what are they doing? Are they gonna pocket this almost $300,000 afterwards? I'd like if we can get an open records request to find out and ask these people to, keep their records proper so that our residents aren't overcharged when they shouldn't be.
I support that.
And other than that, I do support, go ahead and paying this so that we do receive the 2% discount for the one-time payment. So I would make a motion to approve agenda item 14 to go ahead and pay the full amount to receive the 2% discount.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a
You wanna put that
second.
now, or do we need to put it back on? And, I'm sorry, I'm asking, can we pay it now? Can we pay it now instead of putting it back on the bills because it says one-time payment?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay, I just didn't know if I needed to put it back on the agenda, or on the, run it through the bills. Okay.
Just
well,
right.
Mr.
then-
Patrick, so the way this usually works, the vendor will collect the tax, and then they will take a credit later on, and that's why
how that happens.
Yeah.
Was part of your motion to pay it, but then do the open records request, or just to pay it?
Just to pay it, I'll do an open records request with Commissioner Beatrick to find out who,
The second thing was who seconded the motion?
I think Lissy. Okay, motion and a second, all those in favor, right hand, anybody opposed, none, motion carries. Okay, item number 15 is to discuss, approve, disapprove the 2026-2027 grant resolution for the Victims Assistant Grant application. Jennifer Tapia.
Yes, I'm applying for the VOCA grant for my Victims Assistant Coordinator. The grant, if awarded, will provide 80% of her salary. There's a 20% match, and the resolution's required to do the application. So I'm just asking for the court to approve that resolution.
I'll make the motion to approve item number 15 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor, right hand, anybody opposed, none, motion carries. Item number 16, discuss/take possible action pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, executive session. Consultation with attorney regarding pending notice of claim submitted by Law Office of David Rodriguez, RECNC Construction. Ms. Tapia is the author of that. 9:31 will go into executive session. Welcome back, everybody, to 9:54. We are back in regular session to move to item number 17. Item number 16, we will take no action. 9:54. And item number 17, discuss/take possible action pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, executive session consultation with attorney regarding deeding of land on the former Fall City to Riddleville Road, County Road 263 and FM 887. Ms. Tapia, need to go back in? 9:55, back into executive session. All right, folks, it is 10:06. And we are back into our regular open meeting. So that being said, taking possible action.
Jennifer, do you want to help us with this? To make sure that we do it correctly?
Sure. So the commissioners have agreed to grant Mrs. Roberts' request and deed that property to her. So I will be preparing the deed and presenting it to Commissioners Court, the next Commissioners Court, for the commissioners to execute and sign the deed, granting that piece of property to Ms. Roberts.
I'll make the motion on item number 17 to deed the property, as said by Jennifer Tapia, our county attorney.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Anybody opposed? None. Motion carries. Item number 18 is our consent agenda. We have our reports from Justice of the Peace Precinct 2, our district clerk, our IT department, EMS, Constable Precinct 4, and our DMV. We also have a budget amendment in there, 2026-06 and 2026-07.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? None. Okay, item number 19. Do we have any items we want to pull from the consent agenda? Hearing none, we'll go on with our updates. I'll get us started with our updates from last Commissioners Court that we had on the 13th. That afternoon, I had an exit audit with Mr. Phil, who's already gone. And so we went over all the things that he presented today with a little more depth. And then we had a courthouse security meeting at 3 o'clock. That was all on the 13th. 14th, I met with citizens for ag burn permits. Had a meeting with the sheriff and constables number 1 and 2. Also met with Justin and Jimmy for our fiber cut with the no phone, no internet day. I think everybody remembers that fun time. On the 15th, we visited with everybody. I visited with everybody to discuss the next outage, talking to Sheriff, talking to Casey, talking to Jimmy. It was make sure that Spectrum is holding up their end of the bargain with what we're paying them. 16th, new facility hire, met with Mr. Chapman, our old attorney, and we had a City of Kennedy meeting with Commissioner Beatrick and myself and City of Kennedy and discuss some upcoming things that they've got. The 19th, we had a holiday for Mr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so I was out and about. The following Tuesday, I met with the Sheriff's Office to score the jail edition submittals. Had several visits with Jim over at the 911 permitting office about a TCEQ issue. Met with Justin about that as well. Met with a constituent regarding the Justice of the Peace new JP office in Falls City. They had some questions about some things going on there, and so I gave them Commissioner Lissy's phone number, and then met with Commissioner Beatrick. And we had a GLO meeting that afternoon as well. 21st, had a meeting in San Antonio for executive board meeting for ACOG. The importance of the now 3 business days posting requirements, it caught the ACOG group at ACOG, and they did not count on MLK Day being a holiday, so therefore they did not meet the requirement for the 3 business day, not the posting. So that meeting was had to be canceled, but I went and met with Cliff and Deidre up there for some things that we need to talk about anyways with HR. Got back, met with some constituents, my open door policy, and met with my county clerk. Got some paperwork taken care of for her. 22nd, working with TDM, Justin, EMC for preparation of the cold snap. And then on the 23rd, didn't get to zoom into my Camino Real board meeting because I had inmate docket, and then we had emergency detention for juvenile that I handled. And then it was freeze talk. Met with sheriff and chief and Casey and Justin and myself, and make sure that we were prepared the best that we could be prepared for with the weather coming. Obviously, yesterday, Sunday, was working with Justin and some superintendents, checking what schools are going to be closed. It affects our folks. I know that there was one person upset in the county that I didn't get with them sooner to get that notice go out. However, it takes time to meet with schools and school boards and superintendents to make decisions. I didn't want my folks to be struggling to find a babysitter last minute, schools getting closed, so made the decision to make sure all our employees were safe, and give the moms and dads some help too. So we opened half a day yesterday, and so had the opportunity to get caught up on some emails and finalize our 2, I think it's the last 2 of our home grants. We got those finalized with the GLO. Obviously, I'm here with y'all this morning on the 27th for Commissioners Court. I want to thank again, I echo what somebody said earlier, EMS, SO out in the cold. That's a tough job to do, and our Road and Bridge Department, I've not heard if they had any closures that they had to meet, but I know that they were on call, and so thank you to them as well. That's my report. Commissioner Beatrick, you're up next.
Thank you, sir. I attended the Kennedy City Council meeting and responded to questions about why we needed a new polling location for the upcoming primary location. I'd like to thank the City of Kennedy for allowing us to use the Mill Convention Center as a polling location. This will allow us to have a secure voting site that meets the needs of our residents. After a resident reached out because of the conditions of the road sign, I met with Road and Bridge and Special Projects about signage of private roads. We all agreed that it's in the best interest of our residents for the county to maintain these signs as it improves EMS and law enforcement ability to quickly identify the road. Our Road and Bridge engineer is working to update the maintenance procedures for private road signage. I met with the Council for Property Owners on County Road 347 to discuss our design and paving plans. We are working to improve the safety of the road and maintain the ease of access for all traffic. I spent time researching the ownership of properties around a short dead-end section of County Road 160 that serves more as a private driveway than a county road. I met with property owners to discuss the road's usage and the possibility of the county abandoning that section of the road. This project is ongoing at this time. During the recent internet outage, I met with Judge Hedke and discussed continuity of government plans. I hope that Spectrum will get our new internet fiber connection online soon, and we are working on Starlink backup so that your government can continue to serve you at all times. I volunteered at the Kennedy ISD Food Bank Distribution and at the Karnes County Christian Thrift Center. Judge Hedke and I met with the City of Kennedy about partnering together to improve traffic safety and promote economic development. I worked with the Auditor's Office to clarify the authority of authorized representatives for Karnes County's many capital projects. I discussed the repairs and improvements to the courthouse and offices at the square with our maintenance department. We had a construction update meeting with Weaver and Jacobs on the EMS training and admin building. The metal building was delivered, and if you drive by, you'll see that the frame is going up. A resident contacted me about the placement of a new power pole in front of their house. I spent some time working with AEP with the hopes that the project could be modified. Ultimately, the engineer designed the project had to be completed as originally designed. Commissioner Geisler and I joined our emergency management coordinator for a meeting with the San Antonio River Authority where we prioritized the placement of flood gauges at low water crossings around the county. I drove county roads and inspected the progress of Aspen's fiber internet installation. A resident reached out to me about Cheney Street in Kennedy. After driving the road, I relayed their concerns to TxDOT and their councilwoman. I stopped in to observe the election's function and accuracy testing. I reviewed the bills and agenda items and ended the week meeting with multiple departments and agencies preparing for the freeze. The next Karnes County Food Bank distribution will be Monday, February 2nd at the Youth Show Barn. Also that night, the Karnes County Republican Party will hold their candidate forum at the Columbus Hall in Karnes City. Doors open at 5:30. And the Kennedy Education Foundation is hosting a designer purse bingo on February 7th from 3 to 6 at Our Lady of Peace Catholic Church.
Thank you. Commissioner Lissy.
All right. First of all, I'd like to thank all of our county employees and hope everybody was safe and warm over the weekend. Over the weekend, I was in contact with Road and Ridge all weekend over the weather concerns. On January the 6th, the pre-bid meeting was held on the Precinct 2 Service Center. There were 7 contractors in attendance. The architect from DRG firm answered all questions and concerns about the bid packages. Since then, the architect has informed me that we have 17 proposals to date, which is very good response. Bids will be received on January the 30th, and bids will be opened on the court on February the 10th. On January the 12th, the Courthouse Renovation and Restoration Committee had a Zoom meeting with Ford, Powell, and Carson Architects with an update on courthouse schematic design and scope view. Ford, Powell, and Carson recommended we proceed with a construction manager at risk procurement. The committee agreed. Ford, Powell, and Carson will schedule to come to Commissioner's Court and make a presentation in the near future. The committee provided the court with a summary of the meetings. I was contacted last week by EOG about County Road 237 regarding issues at their entrance to facilities and wanted to know how they could help, and were informed that maintenance will be performed during the fiscal year 2025-2026. Until then, EOG will be doing maintenance on all their entrances, and they're going to haul in base material and everything, which will help us out when we redo that road. On Tuesday, the 19th, I had a meeting with the Kennedy city manager about a water line drop for the city of Falls City. They're going to drop a water line drop there for emergency use for the city of Falls City. And the meeting successfully relocated the water line drop to minimize the county's cost for installation of a fire hydrant for the Precinct 2 Service Center. Over the weekend, I drove county roads 258, 260, 259, 265, 233, 256, 254, 255, 391, 227, 228, 229, 207, and 211. I don't know, people may not know this, but we have a county road in Fashing that you have to go through Atascosa County to get to it. It's County Road 200, and it needed some work done on it very bad, and drainage is in process, and paving will be completed in the spring. The Hobson project is proceeding on schedule. Milling of the roads and widening the roads has begun. And I checked with some people from the Karnes County Youth Show, and they said it was a great success. It was better than last year, and it brought in over $1 million. I'd like to congratulate the county youth on their project and thank everyone for supporting them. And also, I'd like to congratulate the Falls City cheerleaders on winning the state cheer contest 4 years in a row. And in closing, God bless America.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Morning. Road and Bridge went out and winterized all cement, low water crossings along with all the bridges across the county, which was, they put grade 5 rock on them. County Road 302, finishing up cement, stabilizing it, and to be hauled out in the next few weeks and to apply RC 250 primer and grade 5 rock, weather permitting. County Road 289 is nearing completion and will be receiving RC 250 primer and grade 5 rock this week, weather permitting. County Road 293 to begin receiving drainage next week, weather permitting. Also attended our jail construction committee meeting at the jail. Met with number 1 regarding our record storage building. Also received countless calls regarding the elections at hand, many calls on that. Several meetings with constituents regarding county issues, all were resolved. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Geisler.
So I attended the Rungy City Council meeting after court last time that evening. Found out the food pantry that Rungy has there at City Hall is open and looking for donations. Met with the Courthouse Restoration Committee for an update and recommendations from the architects. Met with the Kennedy City Manager, discussed quite a few opportunities that they have coming up. Drove quite a few roads, 256 miles worth. A lot of them was right before the freeze to make sure the bridges were covered and secured and any low areas. Worked with the architect on the service center in Rungy and the EMS station, Precinct 4, to further design and initiate a geotech survey. Worked with the cities of Rungy and Kennedy to help prepare and assist for the winter storm. Met with Sarah to identify low water crossings, as Commissioner Beatrix said. County Road 331 is open to the public. Once weather warms up, we'll come back for the final chip seal. County Road 128 and 132 are being issued out to contractors. County Road 104 will be receiving some drainage improvements.
All right, item number 21, report from our tax assessor collector.
Good morning again, Judge and Commissioners.
Ms.
For
Tammy.
the month of December, the total collections for Karnes County M&O was $3,888,676.53. The current year-to-date was $6,598,589.79, with 29.24% collected. At that same time in 2024, the collections was 31.19%. When I sent this report into y'all, the collections were up to 46.85%. And last night, when I left the office, they were at 78.86%. For the delinquent month to date, it was $8,853.77. The delinquent year to date was $50,297.83, with 8.49% collected. For the county INS, the delinquent month to date was $7.95. The delinquent year to date was $25.92, with 0.22% collected. On the road and bridge, the current month to date was $663,501.18. The current year to date was $1,125,816.45, with 29.23% collected. The delinquent month to date was $1,506.89. The delinquent year to date was $8,547.79, with 7.93% collected. Just a reminder for everybody, taxes are due by January 31st. This year, the 31st falls on a Saturday. It's not the taxpayers' fault that we are closed on a Saturday. So they have legally until Monday, February the 2nd, to get their taxes paid. We will honor postmarks up to February the 2nd, because it's not the taxpayers' fault that we were closed over the weekend. So taxes are due I'd get them paid by Friday, but really you have until Tuesday, you have until Monday. Penalties and interest will start on Tuesday.
Very good. Thank you, Tammy. All right, item number 22, discuss/acknowledgement of personnel changes. This is all departments throughout the county. Our new hires are in Road and Bridge Department. They had a new equipment operator Sheriff's Office got a new patrol deputy. All right, Chief, good. I filled the last 2 positions for our facility security officers. That is wonderful news. And EMS got a new paramedic. No promotions, transfers, or reassignments. We did have some resignations and terminations in Road and Bridge, Sheriff's Office, and the Elections Department. No retirements. We are currently hiring in elections for a deputy clerk / voter registrar. Grant administrator is still open. We've gotten a handful of interest in that. Got some folks interested. That's good. Karnes Wilson Juvenile Probation Department needs a case manager, QMHP. Road and Bridge is looking for an equipment operator 2. Sheriff's Office needs a bailiff, jailers, and patrol deputies, and this is current as of January 15th. Item number 23 is payment of bills.
All right, Court, good morning. The bills today are pretty routine. It's $1,829,607.89. The general fund is $162,557.07. The 2 road and bridge funds is $1,238,346.50. And the other large one is our capital outlay. It was $393,546.04, of which $393,430.84 is for the EMS training facility, for the architect, and for the construction. Judge did sign the U.S. Bank application. We have Citibank in here. We'd be paying them probably a couple more courts. So everything is with U.S. Bank right now. It was turned in on the 20th, so we're just waiting for them to get our new system up and going for the credit cards, and we will have training, and so everyone knows how to use it and so forth.
I'll make the motion to pay the bills as presented.
I'll second it.
We've got a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? None. Motion carries. Item 24, acknowledge Commissioners Court will meet on February 10th, 2026, 9 o'clock in the morning, right here in our historic courtroom at 101 North Santa Maria Avenue, Suite 200, Karnes City, Texas. Item number 25, we need a motion and a second to adjourn, and we get out of this cold courtroom.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right.